Hey poultry farmers, today we want to look at the reasons why chicks die on day 21 they are about to hatch. Some of you might have experienced like your chickens just died inside the egg. It has happened to me as well. And I want to give you the reason why, because you don't have to blame yourself or maybe you did something wrong, but it's because of some certain reasons which are natural to chickens. So the first reason that the reason why chicks die the moment they are about to hatch on the 21st, where they after 3 weeks when they're supposed to hatch, they die inside an egg. The reason is sometimes because of low temperature. What I mean is that if your hen is not big enough to hold all the eggs that you have given it, there are higher chances that other eggs might not receive enough temperature for them to hatch perfectly. So some of the reasons that could be the reason. Low temperature would also be part of the reason why your chicks die when they're about to hatch. The other reason it might be the genes of your chickens. Maybe they might be inbreeding and then the genes are not good enough. So chickens die because of genes which are not good because of inbreeding. The other reason is some of the chickens they might have like a weak immune system which they will die in that egg. And most of the reason, most of the time when chicks die because of having the weak immune system, it's because they would not have survived in this world where they can receive hair, which is just world hair. They might not survive, so they die inside. Then sometimes you find like the chicken dies the moment it's about to hatch, the moment it's breaking out the shell, it dies inside the egg. That could be because the chicken is weak. When the chicken is weak and then it fails to break out of the shell, it dies. And and in case you have seen your chicks are about to hatch, then you try to help them out. You are going to spoil the strength which they need to survive here. Because the strength they use to break out of the shell, the same strength is the strength they will need in order for them to live. So you don't help chicks come out of the shells because if you help them, they will not have strong enough bones for them to survive into this world. So you have to allow them to break out of the shell for themselves. And let me just explain more on the inbreeding. When you are inbreeding your chickens, whereby the sister brother chickens are mating and then they are fertilizing their eggs, most of those chickens have weak immune system. So if you have kept chickens, then you've been using the same cock several times, maybe several years, you will find like if inbreeding starts within your flock, chickens will die. Some will hatch just very well, but they'll start dying along the way when they are growing. It's because their immune system is not strong and the genetic is not uh, doing well for them because of inbreeding. So make sure there's no inbreeding in your chickens in order for you not to be having failure of your chickens failing to hatch on the day they're supposed to hatch. So make sure there's no inbreeding. And the other thing is like if your hens are not big enough, give them a small number of eggs, like 8 eggs. But as in for me, the moment I was removing the eggs, I found 2 extra eggs. And my suspect is the moment this chicken, because you know when the chicken is incubating the eggs, there's some time it will come out to go and eat, then it goes back to the eggs. So I had to find 2 extra eggs, which made them 14 eggs, which I'm thinking it is the reason why my other 4 eggs did hatch because there were a lot of eggs now. Now those eggs which were supposed to be inside, they were maybe on the other side where they were not receiving enough temperature for that chicken to survive. Because the moment the chicks are in the egg, they need enough temperature for them to grow very well. Because if there is low temperature, they will die. Which is the reason why my chicks died because the other chicken laid 2 eggs in there. The number I had to put for eggs were 12 eggs only because I measured how big my hen is. I didn't want to give it 10 because I just saw the size, because the moment you put in the eggs, you can see how it holds them, and if it holds them comfortably there, that means all the eggs will hatch. So all my eggs were supposed to hatch, but due to low temperature, because of the extra eggs that came in, which were now getting enough temperature instead of the eggs that I had to put at first, which had 2 weeks plus, then they were like for second, and they received low temperature. So even this time around, when it start raining and start sitting on the eggs, I'll still give it 12. But the measures that I'll put in is that I'll separate the parts of where the chickens are sitting on the eggs, incubating. It will be separate from the part where the chickens will just lay eggs uh, for the days to go. So low temperature killed my chickens, and it's because I don't have a good measure of separate where these chickens are this side and these chickens are this side. And you might find like the moment the chicken comes out to come and eat, then the other chicken wants to go and lay. So it laid inside the nest where this chicken was sitting on. So that is the reason why those chickens died in the egg. But if you look at the chickens that now came out, very healthy, very strong, just look at them. Look at the way they are just scratching where they are eating from. They are just scratching, finding food, and they look healthy. None of them is weak, and we are doing everything in order to keep them so strong, like the immune system to be strengthened so that we don't face any challenges with them. What we do here is organic, and if you've seen the other video that I posted when we made the mixture of garlic, ginger, which we just give to these chickens in order for them to have the strong immune system so that we don't face any problem. As a poultry farmer, one of the secrets that you should have in your poultry house is to have a remedy that will keep the immune system of your chickens strong. Whether you are keeping broilers, layers, or indigenous local chickens, you have to make sure the immune system is strong. Let me give you one hint. One of the secrets that you need to know is that you need to check your droppings all the time. Check the droppings of your chickens, because if you master the good healthy droppings, you will know how healthy your chickens are. You need to know if the droppings of your chicken are not okay, because once you understand the droppings of your chickens which are for a healthy chicken, then you've mastered poultry farming. But if you don't know the droppings of the chickens, how they look for the healthy chicken, then you're failed, because if you cannot identify that your chickens are sick through droppings, then you will not understand poultry farming. You will fail in that business. So make sure you look at the droppings and make sure the droppings that the chickens are giving you are healthy droppings. So even with these chicks that you are seeing, we are checking always the droppings, how they are coming out. When the chickens drop out the droppings, you stare at them and look at them if they are healthy droppings. So make sure you do that and you will be successful in poultry farming. So I'll see you on the other video. Hope this video was so informative. Share the video, like the video, and if you have anything, just ask in the comment section, and if you want to contribute anything, put it in the comment section so that others will be able to see it. But most of all, like the video and share it to others. I'll see you on the other video. Bye bye.